Welcome back. We're here to preview Saturday's West Midlands derby in the Premier League between West Brom and Aston Villa. Matt, let's start with Villa. 2 wins in a row and they're up to 11th.
Much better for Villa, isn't it? They really struggled, had that winless run, didn't they? Started the season very well, but then they lost, was it 6 or 7? Couldn't sort of buy a point from anywhere. But last 2 games against Palace, they won. Last time out against Leicester, I think that was a really big result, especially at home. Falling behind in the Premier League it was against Leicester, who are bottom, but falling behind in the Premier League is always difficult to come from behind. And Villa did deserve it. They played well. A lot of players, came to the forefront, which they need. And Villa have got a good squad. You look through their squad; it's a good squad, and if they can build up another winning run, they can easily find themselves top half the table.
Yeah, and it's now 5 unbeaten overall because it was 3 draws in a row before these last 2 wins. And in that run, I think they've never conceded more than 1 goal in a game, and that's impressive at the back. Because when they had that really bad losing streak, they conceded 3 in about 10 minutes against Arsenal. Those sort of calamities, they're just not happening recently. Like I say, only conceded 1 in that run, so they're looking sure up at the back. And there's players like Akore, Clark, Hutton scored against Villa. They're sort of improving. Players that had dips in form, they're starting to improve a lot more. And if they keep going like this, I think 11th, they'll be pleased if they finish the season in 11th. Right. I think,
But mention the positives. There's more positives as well. Ron Vlaar coming back to fitness is such an important player for them. Not so sure what's going on with his contract, whether he's going to leave in January, but they can get him back to the end of the season. And Fabian Delph is obviously a big one as well. Got himself in the England team, let alone squad, done really well. Cleverly, should be back for this game. And Benteke as well is a big one. It took him a little bit of time to get back, like it does from injury, but provided that assist for Hutton last time out, which was really good. Didn't score, but when Benteke's in form, I think Paul Lambert was saying he's just unplayable, isn't he, when he's like that? So if he can get back to form as well, it's another positive.
I think they'll fancy making it 3 wins in a row because they come up against a West Brom side, 16th in the table, just a point off the bottom 3. And Alan Irvin's having a real bad time at the moment. They'd lost 4 games in a row, but then they did go to Hull last time and get a point. Hull were really out of form as well. It's the sort of game at the start that Irvin would have thought, we can end our winless run here and get a win. But they had Claudio Jakob sent off, and I think on the whole, going to Hull with going down to 10 men, it's probably an okay point, but it's still just a point, and they need a win soon.
I think West Brom as well, the problem with them is selection problems at the moment. I think when they've played well this season, the one that sticks out for me is against Manchester United at home, where they played really well, and the players that played well in that game were the likes of Sessegnon, Chris Brunt, players like that, and they could both be injured for this game, which is a big thing. Berahino obviously scored in that game, but he was on the bench last time out. He's lost a bit of form since you got yourself in the England squad as well. So they're a team that can't really afford to lose, had their big players. And if they're not available for this game, like I said, and he should be Sessegnon, Brunt, then that's a big thing for them.
Yeah, so 2 sides in completely different form. What's your score prediction?
It's difficult, to be honest. It's one of those games where it could go either way, but I'm going to back a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw, yeah. I think 4 of the last 5 games between these two have been draws. And I think I'm going to go with you, but I'm going to go for 2-2. So we can't really separate these sides. We're both going for draws. Thanks for watching.